Thank you very much and welcome. In today's, we want to look at opportunities to share the gospel during the COVID-19 pandemic. In response to the outgoing coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak, preventive measures have been put in place. For instance, restricting travel, cancelling large gathering, instructing employees to work from home, and this one has resulted into isolation, fear, anguish, pain, loss of employment, loss of income, and loss of loved one. In this context of contagious disease, where we are supposed to keep social distance, we have to reflect and modify the way we serve and interact with others in order to protect ourselves and others, and still uphold our faith. Despite the need for social distance, this is a time to connect, especially with those in need, to build on innovative relationships which can be used to advance the gospel. In times like this, it is important that we take precaution and look out for safety and health of our communities, but still find ways that will not hinder the gospel. Rather than speculating theologically about reasons for coronavirus epidemic, the more practical response for us as Christians is to help those who are suffering from this pandemic. It is vital at such a times that Christians be present to share God's love, and it is not opportunistic or manipulative to offer salvation to those who are suffering. Such a ministry shares the greatest hope and the healing that human can experience. As ambassadors of Christ, as the Bible puts it, our calling and message is simple. We implore you on behalf of Christ, be reconciled to God, according to 2 Corinthians chapter number 5, verses number 20. If God's people will embrace the privilege of praying and caring for the sick while facing this epidemic with calm, courage, and faith in our Father, we will model a kind of relevant, empowering faith to our community that it desperately seeks. Our love will invite others to trust and love our Lord. In respect to this, we are to answer pertinent questions. Which areas can we serve during this time of the pandemic? The second question which you have to answer: which resources are available for gospel during this COVID-19 pandemic? And also the third question to answer: which technologies are available and are cost effective to use for the Great Commission in this time? And finally, how can we develop devotional plans for our members during this time? How can we leverage on technology to stay connected anytime and anywhere? Churches have turned to virtual connections for fellowship, discipleship, and faith building. How can we use this? One, they are using text chats. Text dialogue happens on Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, website equipped with chat rooms, mobile phones, text messaging services. Group members can catch up and contribute to free-flowing written conversation 24 hours a day. Another tool is live audio meetings, and this includes radio shows, free conference calls where a group of calls into a specific audio visual room to conduct its conversation. Also, we can use video. The emerging favorite for virtual meetings are live video conferences meetings on Skype, Zoom, WebEx, Google Hangouts, and many other alternative services where groups can see and read each other's face as they talk. There are several steps which we can be able to follow in order for us the digital technology. In step number 1, evaluate and determine your physical location. This one, you have to know your network availability and also Determine where you will be recording your messages, if it will be in the reading room, from your empty church, or from local business. Also, be able to monitor news, guidelines, regulation from your local official regarding the safety of group gatherings. Work within to ensure you are following protocol in the need. Step 2. Notify your followers and friends. You can do this through email, your website, a dedicated Facebook group, text message, push notification, Slack, or conference call. They will ultimately be the great advocates to get the word out and help you direct others. Let them know their contributions are making a difference. Step number 3. Provide spiritual support. Address concerns openly and periodically and pray with your followers. Set up a prayer list for those in need in your community. And also consider setting up an option for a text for a prayer channel. It will help a great deal. Number 4, you can also consider recording a video with important updates, words of encouragement and hope, and what people can expect. Share this video on social media, in emails, through your app, and any other group forum you have established. You can record a simple video in a quiet room or using a smartphone. But these are some of the points to consider when you are reaching out through this platform. How people can stay connected with your group and each other, and also how they can participate while the changes are in effect, and also direct the to your app where they can stay connected to everything that is happening, and remind them to opt in to push notifications so that they can never miss a moment to participate. Leverage social media. This one is a powerful tool which you can use to reach out, and many of us, everywhere in the world, many people in the world, they are using this tool to reach out. Live streaming your messages via Facebook, YouTube, another platform. Send a link via a push notification in your chatting app. Leverage your Facebook to post additional updates, news, announcements. Also, there are so many other things we can be able to fall through and see how we can be able to move on in this area and in this age. That's why I invited you this morning to come together so that we can share our experiences and see how we can be able to reach out. You know, our Lord told us in the Bible that go ye in the world, and He didn't tell us the circumstance through which we are going to preach this gospel. He didn't tell us whether we are going to have such a situation in which we are facing right now, but it's upon us to come up with every kind of technology, every kind of innovation, so that we are able to reach out with the gospel. Welcome this morning as you join me to discuss how we can leverage on technology and another innovative thing to reach out with the gospel. Welcome.